Hello, collective. I'm sorry, I just was getting a download in my head. I'm trying to figure out how to say it. Let me just start by saying hello. Let me start by that, okay? I am having so much fun with Spirit right now. Just doing like this new detective psychic development. It's literally the most fun I've ever had in my whole life. Besides being with my kids, of course. Not exactly something I can do with the kids free flowing, so I could see why I couldn't really get into it before. But I do have an opportunity to do it, and it's so fun. I'm literally, I feel like a psychic astral journalist, bringing you higher perspectives of linear views. I went to Savers. I got this book for $2.99, Classic Fairy Tales. I opened it up to the story of Bluebeard, and this sounds like what we've been talking about, or at least one of the people, because there's a bunch of people, but this sounds like one of the people. And I just wanted to share it with you because what a fun way to talk to spirit, to get some vibes, to get some information. But before we begin, hello collective. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel, Patience with Spirit, where we teach you about your non-physicalness, because I am a psychic intuitive that is being in real time taught by my spirit guides, and I encourage everyone to talk to their spirit guides because everybody has them. And they have helped me heal, they've helped me get over everything. It's like an amazing experience to be at this level of consciousness, and I just want to say thank you for letting me be me, letting me be who I am. I thank you so much. So I wrote some notes. But the stories of Bluebeard, I don't know if you're familiar with Bluebeard. I wasn't personally familiar. So the story basically in a nutshell, it's not a super long story, but I'm not going to read the whole thing, but in a nutshell, here, hold on, let me read the moral of the story. It's basically about, so the moral is curiosity with its many charms can stir up serious regrets. Thousands of examples turn up every day. People who give in, when you give in to a fleeting pleasure, once you're satisfied, it ceases to be and always proves very costly. So in the story of Bluebeard, a wealthy man sees two daughters, a mother's two daughters, and he chooses one, but he has I guess he's a wealthy man with a blue beard. It has like something wrong with his beard, I don't know, but it makes him unattractive. But he's wealthy. It says he has grand houses, and in the town and in the country, he's got gold and silver. His chair's fitted with fine tapestries. His coach is covered with gold. But this man also had the misfortune of having a blue beard. The beard made him look so ugly and frightening that women and girls alike fled when they set eyes on him. So, an unattractive wealthy man basically wants an arranged marriage with the neighbor's daughters. He chooses one, but they both don't want him. But the mother's like, you need to marry the wealthy man. I don't care, choose one. And so Bluebeard decided to throw a party for the friends and family to warm them up. And it was for a week. This party was for 1 week. And they were hunting and fishing and dancing and dining. And the guests were so busy cavorting and carousing that they never slept a wink for 1 week. So then, after the party was so successful, the girls finally let their guard down, and a marriage happened. So someone got married to one of these daughters who's a gold digger. This girl the mother only wanted them to marry the Bluebeard because he was a wealthy man, but they didn't know anything about him. And Bluebeard had this big party for like a week where there must have been drugs and alcohol and party. It must have been a good time because that put the guard down of the girl. So it says a month later, Bluebeard had to go on a road trip to take care of urgent business. And he'd gone at least 6 weeks, and he urged his wife to enjoy herself, and he gave her the house keys with all the keys for his, it says for his jewels, for his gold and silver, and then it says, finally, this is a master key to all the rooms in my mansion. And then as for this particular key, it opens the small room at the end of a long gallery on the ground floor. And he says, don't go into that room. If you go into that room, you're going to feel my wrath. And then so he leaves, and she can't hold her curiosity back. It's just all she can think about, and going into that room, she has to know what's in that room. She has to know. So she goes in there, and she sees all the men that all the women he was married to before that disappeared, because he had already married several women that had disappeared, and nobody knew who they were. And then this says Beard had married 3. So Spirit could possibly be saying that the Bluebeard in our scenario has married 3 women and has actually perhaps unalived them, because that's what he does. He's some kind of psychopath. And so the moral of the story is, tormented by her own curiosity, and Perrault's version of the story, as in many others, the curiosity of Bluebeard's wife is seen in a negative light. The consequences of curiosity. And it says the hazards of female curiosity. And then it says the curiosity could be denoted, or can also be related to Eve when she wanted to eat the apple. But what I see is that he purposely played a mind game with her. This is an abusive relationship. He's an abusive man pretending to be, because he's rich, he's hiding behind his wealthiness. He played a mind game with her. He said, here's this key, but don't open it. Don't open it, or else, he played a mind game with her, because clearly he knew, because that room was filled with dead women, that every woman who he says that to opens it. So he knew that. He was hoping she would do it, because he's got an unaliving problem. This could possibly be a serial killer, you guys, of women. And it says blood with a 4 by it. So I have married 3, and then down here I have blood 4. So she does open the door. She finds all the bodies, and then he says, okay, I know what you did. He comes home. He's like, I know what you did. It's time to die. And she's like, well, let me say my last words of prayer. She prays. And she prays for her brothers to come, and she asks someone, Anne, her sister, to shout out the window for the brothers, and the brothers come and actually save her from him. So that was a very interesting way to get a foundation of what we're going to be getting into. I was like, wow, that was so much fun. I'm literally been here for 2 hours reading books. Okay, that was so much fun. So Bluebeard, you going down, Bluebeard. What's your problem, huh? What's your problem, man? Why you gotta be like that? Huh, Bluebeard? Why you gotta be like that? What's your problem? Huh? Did your mama not love you? Did your daddy not love you? We're gonna figure it out, okay? Because you can't keep doing this. This is not acceptable in society. If it was, you wouldn't need a secret room where you tell people not to go in it even though you want them to go in it. Like, who does that? Clearly. It said about the woman's curiosity. The woman should have been curious. And not only that, it's that the key was enchanted, so it got a spot of blood on it. So there could be some kind of stain or something somewhere, some kind of blood stain on a key perhaps, something about a key. Spirit, I love you so much. You're just the best thing ever in the world, and I can't even believe how magical life is. I'm having the best time in the world with you. Please come through. Tell us what you want us to know. Tell your Tinder date they look nothing like their profile photo. Bluebeard is catfishing women. Hmm. Or the women are catfishing Bluebeard. I don't know. But something fishy's going on. Now I'm going to get to the bottom of it. Okay. I can't stop dropping them. Tell your Tinder date they look nothing like their profile photo, so catfished. Write a note to your crush. Someone's got a crush. Tell a friend they had a lettuce in their teeth all day. Tell a friend they had lettuce in their teeth all day. Write a note to your crush. You're about to throw the wildest party that's ever happened. How did it unfold? Bluebeard threw a party for 1 week. And this says you're about to throw a party. So Bluebeard threw a mother effing party. And they brought a Tinder date. And, well, I don't know. There's a Tinder date who was catfished or something. And then there's a crush and a friend. So a Tinder date, a crush, and a friend who went to a party. Write a recall for a batch of cell phones that can't make calls. Write a recall for a batch of cell phones that can't make calls. So this is under the Tinder date. They look nothing like their profile picture. Something with a cell phone. Oh, maybe it's like a burner phone. Write a recall batch for, oh, it must be some kind of burner phone they use for just dating. Right? Because you don't want to use your real phone to pick up people you might unalive, you know? Just gotta think like a criminal, I guess, in this situation. I don't know. Oh. Write your best pickup line. Underneath, write a note to your crush. This is weird. It's like, okay, so I think these are just 3 different people, and they're about to go to a party. Let me draw one more. Explain the 3-year gap in your resume. Okay, so we have 3 friends. We have one who's a prolific online dater, catfish person. Write a note to your crush, someone who's got a crush on you, who's trying to think of something to say to you. Tell a friend they had lettuce in their teeth all day. On top of explain the 3-year gap in your resume. Why does that rhyme? Tell a friend they had lettuce in their teeth all day. Explain the 3-year gap in your resume. I'm sorry. Focus. Yes. So this person might have been without a job. This person might be unemployed, but they're eating. Tell a friend they had lettuce in their teeth all day. They don't have a job, but they're gonna let you go around with lettuce in your teeth and not even tell you. It's that kind of friend. And they're all going to the wildest party that's ever been thrown. How did it unfold? Tell us, Spirit, how did this party unfold? I'm scared. I'm scared to know. I'm going to do my little word tile. Okay. Ooh. Tell me what you want. Account, upside down. Account, upside down. Celery. Pump. Pump the brakes. Celery. Peel. Celery peel. Peel and brake. Pump. Peel and pump. Peel upside down. Guard. Mister. Creature. Rigid. Stick. Stick. Catch. Mr. Catch Creature Rigid Stick. Pump the guard, Mr. Catch Creature Rigid Stick.
not taking accountability, slice upside down, think before you slice, fine, some, fine like fine wine, fine like damn you fine, like ooh fine, fine, think fine, huh, that's interesting. No sin, no sin, stomach upside down, from, not taking account for a someone's salary peel, not taking account for a peel off of someone's salary that put the pump on the guard of a mister trying to catch a creature who was rigid like a stick, that didn't want to slice, that thinks fine and has no sin, that can't stomach sin. To guard a creature rigid as a stick. To catch a creature. Pump the guard up for a mister to catch a creature who's rigid like a stick, who's tried to slice you to think you are a sinner, but you're not, but you can't stomach sin. What? Interesting. So at this party, there must have been some kind of guard or security guard that saw something that caught rigid creatures slicing and committing sin, and something with the stomach, from the stomach, sin from the stomach, cutting sin from the stomach. Some kind of security guard at this party had to pump the brakes and had to peel someone's salary back or something. Or maybe they blackmailed these people because they saw them doing something with a creature and a stick and a slice and a stomach and sin. The pump guard, mister, caught a creature. Weird. So at this party, they were doing some funky monkey stuff, like something sinful, creature, stomach, rigid stick, slice. I got load, how, mug, fight. Some kind of fight broke out. Maybe with the security guard. And crab? Under us. One box. Under something. Under something in a box. Load, how, mug, fight. Crab under us, one box. Crab under us. I don't know, when I think of crabs, I think of the crawfish at the little pond at this park. There could be something about, maybe wherever this party was by a body of water or something, maybe with like, crabs or mussels or something, or some kind of fight broke out about a box, about who is going to undertake a box, who's going to load, how, and who is going to load up a box of us. Us in a one box. So something at this party that they did that has to do with slicing a stomach and sin could have possibly been loaded into a one box, like crabs in a box or something. or near a body of water where there could possibly be mussels or crabs. And some kind of fight broke out about who was going to take it? Which one of us? Fight us. One box. Huh. Interesting. Okay. I see a car. It's nighttime. And I see a car pulling up. And someone's waiting by the shore for them. They look like they're in a, they're like, oh, oh God. They're like that. They're like panicked. They did something. Something happened at this party. It's by a body of water. But the car can drive on the, not on the water, but the car is coming like this person's, it's not like an ocean. It looks like a, you know how sometimes there's a pond with a beach? You know, like we have one called, Lincoln Woods. It's a pond. It's like a giant water reservoir, and it does have like sand and a makeshift beach, but it's not ocean water. It's like that. It's like woodsy. It's not like a beach. Let's do imagine if. I rolled a 1. Imagine if you were a country, which would you be? Turkey. Yeah, it's definitely in the forest, because that's where Turkey's coming from. Okay. Awesome. Thank you for the validation. Spirit, come through. Come through. Oh, 2, 2, 2, 2. 2, 2, it was 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Validation. Thank you. Imagine if you could keep only one of the following. Which would you choose? Number 2, books. Number 2, books. Books. Please elaborate. I don't understand books. 4, turkey books. Cookbooks? Maybe a cookbook? Imagine if there were an article of clothing. If you were an article of clothing, what would you be? Number 4, sweatpants. Sweatpants. Didn't I say there was a stain? Something about a stain? Something about a stain. A blood stain. There could be a blood stain on some sweatpants and a book. Some kind of cookbook that could possibly have blood on it. Could possibly be stained with blood. Huh. Okay. Tell us more about this party. What did they do at this party? Let me do that better. Well, the end of the world. It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. These people are pretending like it's not the end of the world. Wait, and I feel fine. And I feel fine. I think these people were on some kind of drugs or something. I think they may have all taken like a batch of something, because it says write a recall for a batch of cell phones that don't make calls. So they could have possibly taken some kind of substance or something that was a bad batch of something, or that made them do something to their stomachs, because I have stomach upside down. Offense, insulting, vulgar, attacking. Yeah, some kind of fight broke out. Some kind of fight broke out at this party. This 3 friends went to this party that Bluebeard's throwing. There's this like abusive man who's dangerous, who could have married a gold digger who's equally as dangerous. One of the friends is a Tinder dater, possibly a sex addict. I said, right, they could have possibly had drugs. They could have brought the drugs. They like to catfish people on dating sites. They could have brought the bad batch of drug or substance, whatever substances they're on. And some kind of fight broke out. Another friend is someone who has a crush on you, who wants to write a note to you about how they like you. And then the third friend is a kind of friend that wouldn't even tell you that you had lettuce in your teeth all day. And they could possibly be unemployed because they have a 3-year gap in their resume. Thank you so much, Spirit. The Vatican. What? The Vatican's involved? Or something religious, something Catholic. The papal state in the middle of Rome, home of the Pope. Swiss guards and lots of pigeons. Lots of pigeons. Lots of Swiss guards and lots of pigeons. Something about birds. Because it says catch. Catch with, maybe this party was catching birds or animals with sticks. It says creature, rigid stick, slice. Something about birds, creatures, animals, sin, celery peel. Something about peeling. Maybe for something sacrificial. They were doing sacrifices of animals at this party. But they took some kind of substance or something that made them not able to call or not recall. Maybe they couldn't recall what they did. I think whatever they took, they couldn't recall what they did. But the security guard saw them, or somebody, a guard saw them, but they don't recall what they did. Or that's what they're gonna say or something. I told you, ragweed, they had some kind of substance. A weed of the genius ambrosia, nothing to sneeze at. I don't think it was ragweed, like, specifically, but it was some kind of plant or substance that was, like, medicinal. It's supposed to be fun. Maybe it's supposed to be, like, mushrooms or something. And they went to this party that was the wildest party that ever happened. How did it unfold? How did it unfold? Quicksand. Just don't let it get you down. Yeah, how did it unfold? I don't know how it unfolded, but it's ending in quicksand because they must have sacrificed some kind of creature or animal or did something weird. Definitely something weird to pump the brakes on a guard who caught them. They could have possibly said, pay me money if you don't want me to talk. Because it was overwhelming. Whatever they saw them doing was overwhelming, breathtaking, it was monumental. It's something that is not easily forgettable because it had to do with something with blood. Blood, creatures, stomachs. Neat, tidy, orderly, cool. Yeah, because they had to clean everything up like nothing happened. Yes, I told you, esoteric, secretive, spiritual, mystical. Yes, they were doing some kind of sacrificial thing in the name of the Vatican or something. Jim Carrey upside down. It wasn't funny. It wasn't anything comical that they were doing. It was Dumb and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber. Outrageous faces, Dumb and Dumber. They were doing something secretive and esoteric. at this party. That was the wildest party that's ever happened. Three friends went. Three friends. One who's one who's smooth, even, level, flat. One who's psychic. Perhaps they should have seen it coming. Smooth psychics. Oh, maybe this party claims to have smooth psychics there. Something about something about false reader? A false reader. I had a false reader a while back. I don't think it's the same scenario. But it does keep coming up where people who pretend to be psychic, it's like you can practice divination. You can definitely learn the cards and practice your intuition. But some people just aren't at a place of healing to be able to give honest reads. You don't know who you're getting a read from. Really, a read should be given by the chosen 144. Those of us who have actually cleared our field to a level that's close to God, that's at a vibration closest to God, to be a conduit, to be a messenger, to be able to tap in for you like a shaman, to bridge the worlds of heaven and earth for you, to be a intermediary, to be a diplomat, to be a messenger of God for you. If you're going to just anyone who's at some party, just because they say that they're psychic and they give you a reading, or even a Ouija board. I see them doing a seance. I see them doing a seance with a Ouija board. These people, there's a girl who claims she's psychic. She is calling something forward, but it ain't God. Okay, it ain't God. She's using a Ouija board. She claims to be psychic. She seems to be smooth, even, level, flat, cool, but she ain't. You cannot do that. Let me just school you right now. Ouija boards, there's no power in the Ouija board. The power is in the person who's wielding it. Just like a gun, it could be equally as dangerous because you don't understand energy. You're playing with a seance, with a Ouija board, with divination. You're lying about what you're reading because what's coming through is lying to you because you're not a match to God. You want to play with divination, you want to play with cards, you want to talk to other beings from the other side, then you have to be at a level of emotional and spiritual maturity to understand and to discern energy. Because if you are unhealed and you have wounds, you better believe that whatever you contact in that board is going to be a direct match to what you are. God's not going to run around saying, oh, let me come to you. No, you got to go to God. You have to do the work to clear your field, to be able to have enough clarity and discernment to hear what God's saying. So these people are dibble-dabbling in the bippity-boppity boops, and they're not even healed. And they're doing Ouija board seances pretending that they're psychic. These people are not psychic because they aren't doing the healing work to be psychic. Anyone could be psychic, literally anybody, if you want to take that journey. And that journey, the only way to be psychic and to manifest with love is to take a journey to God. God will never ask you to, it's modern day society, it's 2024, we're not sacrificing animals anymore. That's not literally what we're doing anymore. There's a whole different kind of sacrifice. Now you can sacrifice eating, you can sacrifice eating, you can fast, you can drink water all day, you can pray all day, you can go outside. There's many other things to sacrifice metaphorically. These people, I don't want to say that they're stupid, but I mean, for them to really think that they could throw the wildest party ever and do whatever they were doing with animals and call themselves psychics and give false readings and whatever this is, God says no. This is not what it's for. If you want to heal and you want to get your heart to a place where you will attract loving spirits that won't prey or magnify your traumas, then that's fine, fantastical. But when you think you're so, this is a clout chaser right here. Whoever's saying they're psychic, who put this whole thing together, this gold digger, I think it's the gold digger, this gold digger saw Bluebeard's weaknesses or something. Maybe they didn't know the whole extent of Bluebeard's weaknesses, that he's a serial killer, but these people aren't, there's like a lot of bad vibes going on here. Because they all went to this party and then attempted to have this Ouija board seance where, yeah, you were talking to something, all right. It sure did tell you to sacrifice those animals. Because that's what those fools they'll make you do anything. They'll make you stand outside naked and hop on one foot and call it magic. Because they think it's funny, those entities. That's their job, to prey on you like that. So if you want to play with divination, keep going, keep doing it. But I'm telling you, it's a bad road to pretend to be psychic. Because this is a serious job for helping people, to do God's work, to bring a message forward, to help people who can't see, who don't have the gift of discernment yet, who haven't developed their discernment. And these people are taking advantage of people. They probably had to pay to come to this party. They're probably, preying on these people, hoping they have trauma, so they're more easily controllable. A cult. That's called a cult. So that's how this cult started. That's where they met. They met on Tinder. It was a catfishing. This psychic probably saw this person, was a real smooth operator. Everything looked nice and neat and tidy. It looked like it, but whatever batch they took they took a bad batch of something and then they were off in La La Land doing God knows what, and they might not even recall everything that happened. Maybe they're now hearing it from me. Maybe they're recalling it because I'm looking at it from an energetic point of view, because it happened energetically, so I can read it. I did not expect a seance and Ouija board to be involved and fake psychics. Well, that makes a lot of sense now. Just a bunch of wannabe spiritualists playing with things they don't understand. Acting like you think because something comes through and tells you to do some stuff that you're powerful? Look, you just ruined all of your lives. That thing just did exactly what it wanted you to do. And you fell for it hook, line, and sinker without any question. That's the problem. These people didn't have the gift of discernment. They just took it at face value because it looked nice and neat. Well, it must be okay then. But didn't even follow the way they feel. What else? What else do you want us to know? What are some conversations these people are having? Boom shakalaka. That's what I'm talking about. Now that is what I'm talking about. Whoa, I thought we agreed to keep our text to a 3-word maximum. I wanted to read a novel. I'd go to Barnes & Noble. Yeah, so this was some kind of secret, maybe they have some kind of secret group chat for their cult where they speak in like, very secret parables or something. I don't know, like some kind of code words. But sometimes it's like, whoa, like slow down. We're talking too much in the group text. We gotta like slow down, man. I don't understand this comment. Black Ellen said her nose broke from her boyfriend. Whose? Is someone at this party? because there was a fight that broke out. I tried to buy concert tickets from you off Craigslist like a year ago. Why are you still texting me? Oh, this is the catfish. So, I tried to buy concert tickets from you off Craigslist. Some kind of stalker. Do you have a stalker? You have a stalker that you like cross paths with briefly, like almost like a Craigslist ad for concert tickets, who's still trying to talk to you or something? I don't know. I don't know. Pass that one. I don't know. Something about Craigslist. Maybe that's another way they catfish people. Huh. I tried to buy. Okay, let me move on to that. Don't dare me think. Why are you still texting me? Oh, so maybe this person tried to. Someone tried to branch away. Maybe this person who has a crush on you was like, "Why are you still texting me?" That was a long time ago. They didn't want. They weren't about it. They weren't about it. They didn't like it. They don't know. I don't know. Something like that. Why are you still texting me? That was like a year ago. Why are you still texting me? Why? What do you want? Like that. Oh. I keep dropping them. Sorry, I'm just looking at my booty. Okay. Well, I do what I want when I want, so let's start there. Yeah, Bluebeard. This must be Bluebeard. Well, I do what I want when I want, so let's start there. Bluebeard was a tyrant. Sorry, I have a boyfriend. Sorry, I have a boyfriend. Oh. Maybe this crush of yours. Maybe this crush liked you, but you had a boyfriend at the time or something? Or maybe you were with Bluebeard, who's like, well, I do what I want when I want. So they tried to like text you randomly to see like, I don't know, I feel like you didn't get, I feel like, it feels like someone reaching out to test where you're at and you're like, sorry, I have a boyfriend. Say it louder for the people in the back. This person really likes you. They didn't want you to have a boyfriend. How are you texting me off my granddad's phone? He passed away 3 years ago. Who is this? How are you texting me off my granddad's phone? And then I have over here, write a recall for a batch of cell phones that can't make calls. How are you texting me off my granddad's phone? He passed away 3 years ago. What? How are you texting me? So someone contacted this person 3 years after someone passing away. Someone must have told this person that you died 3 years ago? What? What? Why? This person thought you were dead for the last 3 years? I screenshotted this and showed it to my big brother. You're dead meat. So somebody made a screenshot of something to show them that you were dead for 3 years. What? Why? I don't understand. Cause you had a friend that, you had a kind of friend that wouldn't tell you if you had lettuce in your teeth all day. And they've been unemployed for 3 years. So they made some kind of like doctored picture of you with you. Okay, so it could go two ways, okay? They could have doctored a picture of you being with somebody's big brother, where it was a doctored picture, it looked like you were with someone's brother or something. It says big brother. Or it's, I mean, this says, I he passed away 3 years ago. Who is this? Or they said that they like doctored maybe some kind of like what are those called in the newspaper when you get a, I can't think of it. Oh my god, I cannot think of the word. But when you pass away, you put it in the newspaper. Maybe they made like a doctored thing of that and that said that you passed away. Something like that. This is so much work. It's so much work. Like what could there have possibly been where someone's like sitting around like, I could see it now, like, oh yeah, yeah, just like cut and paste and then we'll like type it up and we'll like print it. Collective. Died suddenly. Left behind family and friends. No services though. Yeah, light the incense for my homies. So they told this person you either died or were with their brother or something. Something that made them not want to talk to you. Maybe because they knew that they had a crush on you. Because it says crush. It was senseless, meaningless, absurd, and foolish. Yes. Oh my gosh. What else? What the hell else? Shenanigans. Freaking Bluebeard, man. Freaking Bluebeard. Bluebeard was a mean guy. He was a narcissist. He was ugly. He had a blue beard. Nobody liked him, but he was rich. And he played mind games with people. He met this fake psychic on a Tinder app. She catfished him because she's really part of a cult that recruits people, makes everything sound really cool. I'm a psychic. Let's do a seance with a Ouija board. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just calling for dark forces. Let's kill some animals at this party. And they drank some kind of ragweed or put some kind of bad batch of substance or psychedelics or something that made them not remember, some people not remember what happened. It wasn't normal, common, or ordinary. It was senseless. Something that, just a party. It should have just been a normal party. But why did they lie to this person about you being dead? I mean, with social media, can you really see if anyone's luscious? Yes, because this person liked you. They thought you were luscious, delicious, savory, and juicy. Well, at least someone in this equation thinks something highly of you, because nobody in these readings like you. They hate you, probably because you're a healer, and none of them want to heal. So of course you're gonna hate the one thing you need the most. Hostile, antagonistic, aggressive, warlike. Bluebeard. That's Bluebeard right there. He was hostile that this person liked you, so he lied to them because you're sweet. You're a sweetheart. You're good, caring, sugary, sweet. This friend was jealous. They're jealous of you. It's a friend and your, I don't know, like an ex-spouse or something. That she was cheating on you anyway, going on Tinder apps. Someone said Tinder, I don't remember which one's for the F boys. I don't know. One of them's for gay people, one of them's for the others. But I'm sure it's all the same in the end. Apparently this person's bisexual. So I think they went on all the apps, you know? I don't think they discriminated. I think they'll put it in anything. Horrifying. It's horrifying. Offensive, abominable, disgusting. They did something really disgusting. Hiccups upside down. How do you get them? How do you get rid of them? Something they can't get rid of now. Something they can't get rid of. Something they can't get rid of. What is that, Spirit? Can you please elaborate? What is something they can't get rid of? Change my cards. Thank you so much, Spirit. What are these hiccups? How do you get them? How do you get rid of them? How do you get rid of them? What are these hiccups? Thank you so much, Spirit, for being with us. What are these hiccups? It's the only red card out of these green cards. And it's upside down. No? Okay. Let me go. Okay. I have this card hiding. Oh, jeez. Physulanimus. Pusillanimous. Pusillanimous. Cowardly, without courage, the pusillanimous man would not enter the yard where the miniature poodle was barking. Cowardly, timid. There was a hiccup because they didn't have courage. They were a coward about something. Some kind of hiccup happened that they couldn't get rid of. Atlantis, upside down. Mythological city where folks had that sinking feeling. Upside down, though. Atlantis, upside down. Atlantis. I was just reading about Atlantis in my... Oh, let's look in the Galactic book. Okay, Spirit, I see what you did there. Okay, let's open up. It's... You are becoming a galactic human. Oh, and then I just got, feel the power of the kin. I just got a message. That's validation. Okay, it says, I'm picking right here. Stewardship is a very unique and important process. It is more than shepherding the many species of your planet through their day-to-day activities. It also means setting up maintenance life energies by physically transmuting the creative energies given daily by the Earth's spiritual hierarchy. This action allows each species of your world to maintain itself. It also means that the energies being received every day from the spiritual hierarchy have to be distributed across the entire biosphere. Guardians must consciously and subconsciously maintain these energies so that they are dispersed in a proper and correct manner. This whole process is done every day by the cetaceans. They also consciously realize the power of this process of interdimensional energy exchange. What? Furthermore, guardianship also means stewardship. This concept requires that the guardians must set forth energies that not only provide for the renewal of species on the planet, but also give those species an understanding of what it is they are accomplishing, a gradual growth towards consciousness. This stewardship means that they must either sacrifice the creative energies that they hold in themselves, or else use their psychic and other full consciousness energies to accommodate procreation and the sustaining of life on the planet. I freaking told you guys, these people are doing human and blood and sex magic rituals, claiming that they're psychic, but this says right here that you can't do that unless you are actually psychic. Otherwise, what you're really doing is sacrificing your own creative energy. Did you hear me? If you are not psychic and able to use your full consciousness, the sacrifice will just take your own creative energy. Come through, Spirit. Come freaking through. Wow. Whoa. Whoa. Atlantis upside down. Because in Atlantis, this is exactly what they were doing. This is why Atlantis went under. Because they were playing with energy weapons, trying to take a shortcut to having psychic powers. They were trying to take a shortcut. You can't take a shortcut because there's no such thing. The only true power comes from love. It comes through the heart chakra. You have to go in. There's nothing outside of you that's going to shortcut you to make you have power, wealth, fame, whatever the freak you thought it was going to get you. What it did is it took your own creativity, your own vital force. It tricked you into giving it exactly what it wanted because you guys are ignorant students. You did not know what you were doing. You were playing with things you didn't understand. And now you're in a big old pickle, man. You're in a big old pickle. Just like Atlantis. Atlantis went up in a flood. I made a song about it. Maybe I'll post it. In the city of Atlantis, what I remember is that it was a very highly advanced civilization, and it branched out into two factions. One was more like spiritual, and they made Lemuria or Mu, and then the other faction was more technological. And they were like messing with splicing genes, and they were like cloning, and they were trying to use crystal magic to be psychic, to have psychic powers, to get close to God. But really the only way to do that is to just heal your wounds, you guys, and you do that by using your triggers, you know. In my experience, you know, my triggers was my ex-husband, and because he's a very malignant narcissist, he has a lot of wounds he has to heal. And so when I was in that environment, it forced me to, it was like every day, it was just every day, and it just kept getting worse and worse. So instead of being mad at him, because I could see with my empathic ability, I could see that he had wounds he had to heal. That's why he's projecting on me. That's why he treats people this way, because of his shame and his guilt, right? So I knew it wasn't me. I wasn't doing nothing wrong. So I had to just use every time he was trying to trigger me as a way for me to learn what my triggers are and why I feel that way. You have to learn why you have knee-jerk reactions to something. Why is this person these people are so adamant about not healing because they don't want to look at what they've done. It's as simple as that. They just don't want to look at it because they got wrapped up into something that they didn't use good judgment for. They saw red flags that they didn't listen to, just like anybody when you get this was a toxic, abusive cult that was doing seances with Ouija boards. Now we know the origin. There could possibly be a relic or something, someone who collects relics that you need to get rid of, but for the most part, they're just not coming forward and fixing this because they're cowardly and have no courage, because it's so crazy what they did. It's really, and it could have been partly because of some bad batch of something. We've been covering something that some people ate. It could have been in a stew. Someone picked some kind of wildflowers and put them in the stew, and it just kind of made them crazy. And they were playing with a Ouija board and having a seance with a fake psychic. I mean, what'd you think was gonna happen? These people, I feel bad for them, but they kind of just have to like go through what they did, because it's like, how do you undo something like that? You know, you have to heal now. It's time to heal. Okay? I hope that helps. Love you guys. Bye.